Alright, we're on. Alright, this is our first version of Rudy and Cookie Smoke a Doobie, or whatever you want to call it, with the camera back here so you can actually see us.
Cool.
And
you can see both of us.
Yeah. Go look. Go see what you're looking at. And we got them. Oh, shit. No, it's... Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me... Yeah, that's off. Okay, we're on. Microphone's on. And we got the new fancy microphone, thanks to my buddy Bob and his wife Michelle. Thanks, well, my friend Michelle and her husband Bob. I should put it that way because I didn't know Bob before.
So you met Michelle?
I knew Michelle
before you knew Bob.
Yeah, they got together after I'd already known Michelle for a while. But he hooked it up. Check out our fat head.
Not me, the poster.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna put these still up on Spotify and all that shit and just do it like that. But now when we do the actual smoke and all that stuff, it's it'll see everything. So we might want to save that, babe, because you can put it back on there. You get what I'm saying? That's sticking. That like if we have to move.
Oh, like, yes, what you're saying.
Take it off. That's a good idea. So anyway, where are you been?
Man, I've been going through it.
Yeah?
Take care of your teeth.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Stop eating sugar?
Stop eating sugar and take care of your teeth, because don't be like me.
I haven't been to...
They pulled every tooth in my head.
Everyone.
I don't have a tooth in my head.
Babe, it's going to be impossible to get it straight.
Perfect, yeah.
This thing is it's like I already ripped it twice. It's like it's stuck on itself. It's too...
Look at it through there.
Yeah, but look at it through there. It works. No, it's still crooked.
No, not really.
Oh, yeah.
You really can't tell.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's freestanding. It's nothing to really gauge it to be crooked.
Right. Like when I stand here, I can't really tell. It's only when I'm looking at it straight I can see that.
A little bit. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
But I just can't... It's going to be...
12:30.
Yeah, to give it level, it's going to be impossible without ripping...
More.
Yeah, if we can't get rid of that one, which, I mean, I can get rid of it, but I'm just saying if we can't give it to who we want to give it to and we save it for later, next time I put it up, it'll be... Because you take off the whole thing and stick it, and then remove the fucking outside. So it's... Because this shit right here was a pain in the...
Yeah.
Because, well, I wanted it, though. I needed it. That kind of gives the definition of the plant. It looks cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
So,
I've never seen it.
and if you want to put that in a spare room, we'll, because we're gonna try to give it to Rogan, but I can't imagine it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it'd be really cool to see that in his fucking podcast.
Would be.
You know?
Yeah. So I haven't smoked anything since last Wednesday.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Have you? And you don't eat edibles either.
Nothing.
What's it like to have 3 days off?
3?
Oh, so,
Wednesday will be a week.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
So it's been 5 days.
Okay.
No withdrawals. I feel just fine. No craving. That's the thing about marijuana. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah?
I have no craving. I wasn't like,
You're not an addictive personality, though, are you? Because it's not necessarily, I don't call it cravings, it's just habit.
Yeah, but see, with other drugs,
There's
it's a
actual,
physical.
Yeah, you get sick, like the flu.
Yeah, you get sick of your joints hurt and all that. And the reason why I sound funny, everybody's because I don't have any teeth right now. And I gotta go another week without teeth.
Another week?
The swelling has to go down so they can fit the new stuff in.
Yeah, so they haven't even made them yet.
No, they're made.
Oh, they're made? Yeah, that makes sense.
Duh, they take impressions first.
Yeah, they took impressions, they made them. They look kind of phony, but I don't care.
Yeah,
They look too good, you know what I mean?
They didn't dull them out enough.
They asked me if I want them dull. I'll dull them over a period of time.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, enough weed smoking to dull them just right.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
But,
Alright, I gotta go.
Drive safe. Love you.
take it easy. But the deep thing is because I haven't been getting high, my dreams have been fucking believable.
Drop your hand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Unbelievable.
Everyone says that shit.
Oh my God. If I knew how to write a story or books, I would have wrote a book, dude. I had 3 dreams that were like out of this world.
Well, I mean, just write down the ideas.
One of the dreams, I had to wake myself up.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Seriously. Because I didn't want to go through a cavity search.
You didn't want some.
And I told myself, wake up. And I woke up. I know it sounds crazy.
Whatever. It's everyone's experience. I haven't quit for a week, and I haven't gone a week without smoking in at least, it's 2009, or since 2009.
That's a nice stretch. That's 10 years.
Yeah. I had 3 days off because I flew down to Florida to help a friend move off the air. He was in the Navy, and we moved the family off the Navy base back up to Michigan so he could, because he's all fucked up from the Navy, and they had him all on pills and all that other stuff, and he was getting worse. So they brought him up here and he started smoking cannabis, and now he smokes,
Yeah.
he smokes and he's
doing
okay.
better.
Well, he's not. No one's okay, but he's getting better and working on his things. More, he's in his mind, his life is better.
That's all that's important.
You know what I'm saying?
In his
Without the
mind.
fucking opiates, he's doing better. And I don't want to say he is doing fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. My only concern is he's a little shut in. You know what I'm saying? Which can, be detrimental, because he has his wife and he has his friends.
Yeah, but you're right. But outside world.
Yeah, you kind of need, because when my main depression and all that stuff happened. Well, I mean, it was a build up. It's not something like my friend Therese, this lady that used to work with me at the at ER. She was the secretary, and she was like, "You got to stop looking at it." She goes, "It took you this long," because it was about in my 20s, so it was late 20s, so it was like 29. She goes, "It took you 29 years to get to this point." She's like, "You think it's gonna happen tomorrow?" And because that's the whole time. That's all I wanted. I just wanted my brain to shut the fuck off. I wanted to be happy.
Oh, you were depressed or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My mom died when I was 9 or 10. My dad we never worked through it. It never was something that was
There's always something on your mind.
right. So, not even that. It was just, that was part of the depression. My brother, my mom, other things that happened kept on building. And then you just add the hopelessness, because to be honest with you, at that point in my life, there was no option.
You didn't see no way out.
Yeah, I was literally going to be working probably at ER the rest of my fucking life.
When you say ER, a hospital?
No, restoration.
Oh, yeah. I almost did that work.
I did it for years. I went because I started at this. It's called emergency restoration.
Did you go through a training course?
Yeah, I went through many. I was a master fire restorer.
Okay, I went through one.
Don't take that in. That doesn't mean anything. A master fire restorer is literally just someone who went to a bunch of fucking 2-day classes and passed them. It doesn't mean I knew how to come into a house and assess it and the shit that you would have to do to clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't no special fucking, like, a master plumber is a master plumber. You know what I'm saying? If you want, you have to. There's no, like, one of the main things that makes you a master plumber is the fact that you put in the so many years as an apprentice,
right,
and then you pass all these different tests. Yeah, where this is just show up for 3 days. It's an industry standard test. So it's not even.
You have to take it if you want to be in the industry.
No, you don't. It's just the industry wanted. It's literally just a fucking giant scam. Because they see that, like, so. As a master, if you're a plumbing company and you have a bunch of, I assume this is how it works. I could be wrong on this, but as a plumbing company, if you have a bunch of master plumbers, you can charge more for their work.
Of course.
The companies that I was working at, the restoration companies, don't have that in the government, because restoration wasn't something that was. It was just part of construction.
At that time.
Yeah. And then it became this big thing because of mold, fires, floods. But technology's got better on cleaning stuff, and dehues got more affordable.
And what to use.
Yep. So the dehues got a lot better, which helped. You know what I'm saying? The dehu technology improved on the portable level. There was always good, I assume.
Yeah, built in.
Yeah, but the portable level got a lot better. And on top of that, it became a thing. Because in the 90s, there was service masters,
But that's kind of hazardous work to a certain degree.
Some of it is, yeah. Some of it.
If you're working around mold and stuff like that, it is.
Oh, I did a lot. I was the mold guy. That's why you see the containment in there. That's from my mold training. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was all from that. It's completely removable. If tomorrow I had to remove it,
you could,
and it wouldn't look like it was ever there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with like, my first grow room was in, where the fuck was it? Oh, it was in Madison Heights over here, and I'm pretty sure they didn't know because I was living. I had a water loss at my house in Oak Park. So what we'd done is my boss wanted to help me get a house, and we in 2008 when Obama got in. Mm-hmm. The crash happened. He did all that HUD stuff. So like, if you were a first-time homeowner, you could get like houses on, especially like foreclosed houses. You could get houses for fucking nothing. Like we paid $30,000 for this house in Oak Park, right up on 696. Not even. It's like in a nice area too. So it's worth probably right now 120 to 150. Yeah. And the idea is I live in it, and then at some point when I'm not living there and I decide to move on to the next house or whatever, we sell it and we split the profit. They're the mortgage holder. I don't really have to pay rent. I just got to fix up the house. Well, I had a water loss. I went to Chicago. I came back. One of my pipes had broke and it flooded my whole house. So everything got redone anyway. Right? Well, during that process, I got a little money because a lot of my shit got ruined.
Okay.
And I got
like insurance money.
Yeah, I got I think it was like $4,000. Or something like that. But that's to replace all my shit that got stolen.
Yeah.
Or not stolen, but ruined.
They got destroyed.
Like my TV got ruined. You know, I think I had an Xbox that got ruined. Like a bunch of shit got ruined. So I replaced. And then on top of it, they only give you half
of what the value is.
Yeah, no. Yeah, of the value until you go buy it. So the way it works is, I had a TV. I said the value. I wasn't lying about it. I paid $1,500 for the TV. So the TV gets ruined. It's downstairs in the basement. Water destroys it. I can't use it. I write it off. They gave me $750 and said, go buy a TV and send us a receipt. And we'll give you the remainder up to $1,500.
Okay.
Because we're going to give you $1,500 for your TV, but you got to buy it before we'll give you the whole. Yeah, so they gave me, I was allotted, it was like $8,000 worth of shit got ruined. So I had to, but they only gave me 4.
That's deep.
So how am I supposed to get the $8,000 worth of shit back? I mean, it was like, yeah, I can go buy, but then I don't have any.
I guess they did it on purpose.
Oh yeah, they do. They do it on purpose so that, to stop scamming, which is makes sense.
It does stop scamming, but people that are scamming
are hurt. In the sense, because you got $4,000, you had $8,000 worth of shit. You're only going to spend.
How you going to replace?
Because then you get the other. You get a quarter of it back at a time because you can only buy so much, and then you got to wait for that money to come in for the remainder
before you buy anything else.
Before you buy the other stuff to get the money back. It's like that's how it was for me, and that's because I was stupid with money and poor. But so my house gets ruined, but also during this time when they're refixing everything, they've given me a lot amount of money. They gave me like $10,000 for living expenses to live out of my house for like 2 months. 3 months or something like that, because that's how long.
For living somewhere else.
Yes.
Right.
An apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I found this apartment that I was renting, or it was a house. It was a downstairs of a house. I took that money and I paid some, rent up front, and then I used the couple $100 I had left and I bought seeds and lights. I think I spent $1,000.
Oh, okay.
To get started, and then,
how many lights did you start with?
One 600 watt from Hydro Harry's too, when it was in the old spot. So one 600 watt. I bought 2 5-packs. No, yeah, 2 5-packs of seeds. I bought Fat Fruity and Acid, a sativa and an indica dominant, because I thought that's how you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Have a sativa, have an indica.
It wasn't a lot of clones around back then, was it?
No, I did get clones.
Oh, you did?
See, that's the thing. I grew seeds. I only got in my first, because I popped 5 of each. You know what I'm saying? Plus all the free seeds. They give you like 5 free seeds or some shit like that. I popped all the free seeds and I popped the 5 acid and whatever. And I did it stupid. You know what I'm saying? I did it the way that you read in the books, the way that everyone tells you how to do it. Put it in a stupid napkin, put it in the fucking window, and then wait 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's like bullshit.
And I know it's not 3 weeks, it's a couple days.
But still.
But still. Not knowing that I literally just should put the seed in the fucking
in
dirt.
the ground, yeah.
Yeah, and be done with it. So, I only got 1 acid, and I got like 4 Fat Fruity.
The rest of them shocked out.
Yeah. Well, the 4 Fat Fruity were all different. So I got to see 4 different phenomes of the same plant, which
cool.
was interesting. That was something that helped me learn a lot, because there's a lot of people I know that don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That haven't figured it out yet. I also got the acid was like, that was it. If I didn't have acid in the beginning, I'm not here. Because it produced, and it was high. It was in the range of like 18 to 19%. Maybe it might have been like 16 to 20.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give
That's
or take.
decent.
Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah.
To keep my people happy.
Keep them coming back.
Especially in the early days of this whole situation, because there's not
right
nothing like there. And even now, acid would still compete because this fucking market sucks. But so, I totally lost my train.
So that's when you got started.
Yeah, that's where I got started. But I did it in a half a room. My roommate at the time, sacrificed his room and slept in the basement.
No shit.
Like, I gave him the whole basement, and it wasn't a very big basement. We're only talking like a 7-foot ceiling. It was, because if I could have done it in a basement, I would have done it in a basement.
Yeah.
But it wasn't big enough. It wasn't high enough. So.
Oh, it's a low ceiling.
Yeah, in my head it wasn't high enough, and I didn't know nothing.
You didn't know nothing, right?
Yeah. So I took the bedroom, the extra bedroom, and I cut it in half with a temporary wall, like I have in there.
Yeah.
And with plastic and wood from ER. Like, I didn't borrow it, but I used the stuff from ER. I'm sure
right.
Stab me for that. Whatever. But at that time, I was still working. You know what I'm saying? I still had a job. So I decided to to help out, because I've only got the 4 Fat Fruities, and I'm under my counts. I meet this guy named, I call him Pot, but he's actually the standard on on Instagram. That's his name, the standard, and he was able to give me, like, because I needed 6 more plants. I could 6 more plants to fill up so I was able to get 6 clones off of him, which was nice too. Because
wait, hold up. You only had 1 light, and it was only 600. How you growing all this stuff into 1 light to 600? It worked
with the. No, obviously not. I mean, to an extent, but you gotta understand. Let me finish this.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's a 600. They're all babies. You get what I'm saying? He gave me clones. They're only this big. So yes, a 600 worked for that. Now I'm not flowering in this house.
Got you. Okay.
I'm planning on flowering because I'm planning on staying here. But some shit comes up and my house reopens back up.
Okay.
And my boss and I come up with a very unrealistic deal, and kind of fucking unrealistic to the point where he basically in his head he was probably like, I'll let you take a little vacation, you'll be back in a fucking month.
That's what he told you?
No, in his head.
Oh, okay.
You get what, like, I wasn't planning it. It was more like, it ain't gonna happen. I'll let you try your little experiment. You're gonna fail, but I'll let you back. You'll be back. And I didn't leave, but I'm just saying I moved my stuff over there and started growing there. And in his mind, it was like, yeah, you can go. You're not gonna, because I was supposed to pay him like $10,000 a month.
A month?
Yeah, because I only owed $30,000 on the house. So if I'd have paid him in my, I was like, I'll pay. I'm telling him fantasy numbers because that's what it says on the fucking internet. The internet says that everything's gonna give you 500 fucking grams per square meter. That don't happen.
Right.
It's 500 square grams per 1,000 watt light, maybe.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I'm trying to do it with the 600 because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm trying to do stuff, and it's not working. I'm not really making any money. On top of that, my supposedly best friend at the time is fucking stealing everything from me. Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. Skimming off the top.
Okay.
So it's keeping... to give you an idea how much he skimmed off the top, I was averaging at the Warren house, because I lived in Warren, I was averaging 12 ounces a plant. No, sorry, a screen, which was 2 plants.
Okay, right.
So about 6 ounces a plant. That's what I was averaging. I take one plant, the first plant I take over to Lou's house to dry, so that no one will steal it, I get 21 ounces off 2 plants.
Off 2 plants?
Off 2 plants, off of one screen, one 2x4 screen.
Right.
I got 21 ounces of acid.
Wow.
And I was averaging 12. And the plants didn't look any fucking bigger. They all looked the same to me. So in my mind, he's been skimming almost a half pound off me for at least 6 months.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Granted, it wasn't as much before because the yields just started going up.
Getting bigger.
Yeah. You know?
Oh, wow.
And I was only pulling 1 to 2 plants a month. You know what I'm saying? So I needed that money.
Right.
But either way, I promise. In my head, I told the guy, I'm gonna do it.
You did the math. You thought that was right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't right worth the shit.
No, when you start getting it out, when you're pulling an ounce per plant, ounce and a half per plant, and again, he probably was skimming then too. He was skimming, so you got to imagine I was probably getting maybe a little bit more, maybe a QP at the start. Mm-hmm. Probably 3 to 4 because they look bigger. They're about maybe about a QP. So yeah, but either way, there wasn't enough money. You know what I'm saying, to pay that whole thing. But he came to another agreement because he's like, all right, well, just pay rent. You guys can pay us rent. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We'll just take $700 a month or some shit like that. That's how much it was. And then at one point, I decided, fuck it, I can't do it no more. Because I'd come home, because ER is hard. Restoration work is, some days it's easy as shit.
Yeah,
you're literally just doing nothing.
Right, but some days
you're fucking tired. Even the days when you're going around from place to place to place, and I'm an introvert, so me dealing with people is enough as it is.
Yeah.
So I had to go to 15 different houses in one day. That's 15 different homeowners I have to talk to, deal with. Some of them I don't like. Some of them hate me. Some of them are stressed out and crying half the time because their fucking house is ruined. They don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And on top of that, some of them are just pissed off because I'm getting $3,000 to do nothing in their mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd literally spend 15 hours at a house over a 5-day period, and we'd walk out with $3,500. Why? Because we charged for the machines.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to tear out one wall. I made sure that when you by the time I left, it was as if
it was all good,
as if it never happened.
Yeah.
So for $3,500, I prevented you from having to replace your wall, your cupboards, and all that other shit.
Would have been a lot of more money. Yeah.
So, but they don't think that. They see it and they go, "That's what the fuck, man." I could work 4 hours a week for fucking $3,500. It's like,
I could do that too.
But you don't have the fucking $3,000 fucking DU
machine.
Yeah, that you needed. You know what I'm saying? Like I could use a DU. No, I probably could use. Oh god, I could use a DU. Those DUs are nice, but it was stressing me out, and I knew that I couldn't. I don't know. I just went to him and I was like, "Dude, can I take a break? I gotta get the fuck out of this situation. I can't deal with it." Like your brother's driving me insane because he was constantly coming up with shit. Like I think he was jealous of how much the guy liked me.
Yeah.
So he just always gave me shit. And on top of that, he's a corporate guy. So in his mind, he wanted me out. I made too much money. Why am I paying you $15 an hour when I can pay someone off the street $12 in his mind to do the same shit?
Maybe even $10.
Yeah, to do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, so, which is bullshit because they didn't have the certificates. You know, that's the point. That's what we were talking about, was bring it right back to the point. The insurance company, or not the insurance company, but the companies that do insurance claims got together and decided that they needed a way to charge insurance companies more money. And how do you do that? You put master in front of your employee. And how do you do that? Well, you make them take a fucking bullshit test that any moron with a high school education can pass. And now they're master fucking something that they have no idea about.
And then you can charge so much more for their work.
That's why they sent us. There's no way that this guy at ER is going to send us.
And if he's paying you $15 an hour, he's getting 35 or 40 an hour.
Oh, I know how much they were making.
Mm-hmm.
When we were at a hard time, because there was a point where we lost some of the insurance companies and we were doing a lot of cash jobs, and we would have to do them low, like a lot lower than normal, probably about $3,000 to $4,000 less than what we normally would, and they were still pulling 80 to 90% profit with the workers and everything else, and it wasn't enough. They were mad at me. They were fucking mad at me for not making 80 to 90% profit. I know, it's like, really?
That's corporate.
You know what I'm saying? You pay me dick. And on top of that, you cut my hours all the time, because if there's not work, you're
not gonna pay you.
You're not gonna pay me. So it was, I don't know. It's well, it
good.
wasn't. It was a family business when I started.
Yeah, but
I started in the beginning.
Greed comes in after a while.
No, the brother did.
But that was greedy.
JD's not.
He was the greedy one.
He was. You're right, and I think he brought him in because of that, because it made JD not have to. Because then it gave him an excuse to not do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because, like, this is when I knew that I was out. I was like, I don't want to work for this guy no more. If I work for him for another 10 years, I will be no farther ahead today than I am tomorrow. I knew if I worked there, I'd be making maybe $17 an hour. I'd have got $2 raise in 10 years' time. And made them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes.
That's the name of the game.
They still pay my friend. I don't know what he gets paid, but I'm sure it's not very much. It's $17-18 an hour, and they fucking bought a truck for him, so he pays out of that. Like, they kept him. They got him.
Yeah.
Because he can't get credit because
he
doesn't make enough fucking money.
He's hooked.
Yeah. So now they like, oh well, we'll get you a truck so you can get to work. Now he's gonna come in when they want.
Yep.
Can't say no. It's like fucking, and he was notorious for that, but. Christmas time, it was it was like I said, that bad time when they had lost an account, they had lost some count, and it was hard. It hit them hard, and they were in the process of also trying to move to a different building. Like I think they were looking for whatever it was. There was no money, so they couldn't give out bonuses to his employees.
Oh.
Now, mind you, this is the same guy that told me a year, 2 years before that he keeps around $2,000 cash in his pocket at all times, so that if a business opportunity or an opportunity to buy something that could make him money,
he got money in the hand.
Money in hand. He cried to me. He cried across his desk. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Knowing that you have that money in your fucking pocket. All it took was them to go, I can't give you guys official Christmas bonuses this year, but here's
a little something.
Here's $100.
Yeah, here's a little
There's
something.
fucking 20 employees. It'd cost him $2,000 out of his fucking pocket. He's a multi-millionaire. And his employees would have been happy. I would have never quit. I might have stayed for another 3 to 4 or 5 years, but it was at that moment I was like, dude, you can't give me $20.
Yeah.
You drive a fucking Cadillac.
Yeah.
Which is not a big deal, but I know what you own.
Yeah, you know he's doing all right.
You brag to me all the time. You buy the latest technology. You send me to buy $300 worth of fucking technology that you don't even use. You get it back and then you bitch about it because you can't figure it out. But you want me to believe that you can't give me $20 to buy lunch or something?
It's crazy.
It's like, dude, fuck you. That's the greedy fucks that run this country,
the
man.
The capitalist greedy fucks.
And you know why? Because he comes from a fucking hard-working dad. His dad busted his ass working in a fucking running a grocery store, owning a grocery store.
Yeah.
To give him what he wanted, and he doesn't have any consideration to the fact that he had everything. In his mind, he started from the bottom. You fucking sold coke to buy a fucking... you sold coke to the rich people that you lived with. You know what I'm saying? He lived in St. Clair Shores, so he was a coke dealer in St. Clair Shores in the 80s.
He figured it out.
In the 80s, made a bunch of money doing that. And how do you get coke in the 80s? With money.
Money.
And how do you get money? Oh, probably got some money from his dad and then took that money and flipped it. That's not... You cheated. You broke...
Well,
we're cheating now.
He didn't cheat.
No, we are cheating.
He took the easy way out. That's what I would say.
Yeah, he did, because the rest of his family, minus the I think his brother's in
The brother?
I think the brother is hiding so bad. Like, they're Catholic, like super Catholic, from St. Clair Shores.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like, he's part of the Detroit Athletic Club.
Oh.
So that tells you right there. You add that on top of the fact when I walked into his house, it's the most color coordinated house I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at that time, I'd never seen a St. Clair Shores house look like. It looked like it was out of fucking Hollywood.
Yeah, it was hooked up.
It was like, yeah, you ain't banging chicks.
You're doing okay.
Yeah, you ain't banging chicks. At that point, his mom was still doing his laundry. The dude's 45 years old.
Well, you know what they call it, a silver spoon.
Yeah. Anyways, but all that, I forgot about his little thing too. JD started it with the not paying me a bonus for Christmas. He fucking stabbed it in the back to the hammer in the coffin, to the point that I was either going to quit and go work as a fucking restaurant, or I was going to go do this. Is when he came at me with this, like, I understand your qualms in life. My dad didn't like I wanted to be an electrician. Yeah, he got disowned, I guess, or not talked to for a while by his father, because his father wanted him to go, like, all the other brothers and sisters above him are doctors and lawyers.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're educated as
So he wanted him to have some kind of title.
Yeah, he wanted him to be educated. But he wanted to be a master electrician. So he is. He's an electrician. Like, he's legit. He went and did his thing. Give him props for that.
And learned how to do that.
Yeah, don't come at me and tell me because your dad was a little mad at you for being an electrician that's anywhere close to me getting kicked the fuck out of my house and not talk to my father for 4 fucking years and not having anybody to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, no sad story. I've had friends. Trust me. If it wasn't for my friends, I wouldn't be here.
But a guy that's, even though he's not a doctor or something, or a lawyer, electricians can make whatever kind of money they want to make over a period of time.
Right. And then even top of that, you decided to be an electrician. You were offered the chance to go to fucking free college to be a fucking lawyer. And you said, no, I want to go here. That's not hard life. That's your choice.
Oh, you're right.
I wasn't given the choice. I was kicked the fuck out. My dad said, you're not coming home for midnight? Yeah, Dad, I don't get out of work till 11:30 and it takes me a little time to get home. Then get the fuck out. I'll lock the door, changing the keys, don't come home.
Just like that?
Yeah. Your shit's on the fucking corner. Oh, by the way, I'm going to sell your fucking car without fucking letting you sign it. I'm just going to sell your car and have a nice life.
Yeah.
Now I don't talk to him now. I mean, and I say that, and as I say that, I remember there was a time in my life when I was working at ER, and I quit ER to try to go to school, and I just failed. Like, school is not my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it put me in like $20,000 into debt.
Yeah.
But it was the only way I could get a fucking loan for anything. My dad kicked me out at 18, sorry. When my dad kicked me out at 18, I didn't get no credit card things because I didn't have a home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that, like, first credit card, all that shit. My dad took that shit right into the fucking garbage because, for one, his name's too close.
Mm-hmm.
For two, I didn't talk to him, so he's not going to give it to me. So I didn't get any credit, you know what I'm saying, at all. So by the time I'm 25, 26, if you have no credit at that, the only way I could get a loan was to get a student loan. That's the only way because it's guaranteed. So they were like, here, you can have, here, pay.
So is that what you did?
Yeah, take out $5,000 because that's how much they would give you, and you'd spend $2,500 on loan on the schooling, and then you get $2,500 to pay for like books
housing
and all that shit. And I used it to buy a car multiple times, like 3 cars I think I bought with it. It was the only way I could fucking do anything. And now when I get a job, if I ever get a job again, it's going to be the first thing that happens is going to just start taking the money out.
Right, because you owe
it's
for the
guaranteed
loan.
forever. Yeah, everything else was fucking bankruptcy, but those, nope.
I don't think you can bankruptcy.
You can't.
That. Yeah, you can't do that with that.
Nope. So, yeah, him doing that made me want to kill him.
So, but
like it was just like you don't understand how much I want to hurt you right now. I'm not gonna deal with this like that. I don't think like people understand I've been thinking about this today too. There's a percentage of this country, I'd say about 50 to 60% of this country hate the rich people already, right? Dislike them, are pissed off at the fact that they do what the fuck they want, can get what they want, and most of them have no fucking claim of anything. They just literally were born into it.
I would basically agree with that.
Right. Now, there's another 25 to 40%, I'd say, that think the rich are great, but only because they believe this bullshit they're selling. At some point, that bullshit starts to smell like shit. That 20 to 35% is the ones they need to worry about. Because those fucking people will murder the fuck out of them. When they realize that they've been duped for the last 30 years, when they realize that 65, 70 years old, there's no money for them, and that basically all the money that they claim was going to happen gets fucking taken from them, yeah, they're going to fucking kill people. They're going to fucking go on murdering sprees, and it's all going to be... You drive into a neighborhood like this in the next 10 years and it keeps going, in a Bugatti, you're going to fucking die. People will kill you.
You think it's going to go that far?
Yes. I guarantee you that neighborhood...
But there's a lot of... You're right, though. There's a lot of people that... what do they call it? The 99... I mean, the 1%.
Yep.
They're called the 1%.
Yeah, it's... You have to make $400,000 a year or more to be in the 1%.
No, you have to make more than that.
No.
That's all. That's the bottom.
That's what it takes to be in the 1%.
That's the bottom.
That's the bottom. Only 1% of the country makes $400,000 and more, but they own 99%
of all the shit.
Yes,
it's amazing. In fact, we married some. Was this right? It was either 5 or 8 people in the world own something like 81% of all the wealth.
Something like that.
It's just like, a handful.
Yeah, it's the Saudis, the people with the oil, and that's the reason why we haven't come off of it. I'm telling you, man, the only reason we haven't is because the people with the money and power make so much money off the oil that they can't stop.
Oh, you're absolutely right. In fact, they're trying to fuck around with that right now.
What?
With that bombing of the oil fields last week.
Oh, man. That wouldn't surprise me if it's eco-terrorists.
No, it's not.
It wouldn't surprise me.
The United States did that shit.
Oh,
they're trying to provoke. They're trying to provoke war.
Did you hear that shit that he did again? Oh, this might be the nail in the coffin.
Don't believe that, but what is it?
No, I know. We both agree.
We've been disappointed too many times.
There's no nail in the coffin. The guy's gonna get away with everything. He has his whole life. That's the reason why people are getting pissed, is because they keep getting in trouble for things like driving 5 miles an hour and losing your fucking light. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid little things you can lose everything.
Yeah.
If you're a normal person, but this guy can literally fucking lose billions of dollars and still live in his gold house.
You know what I think?
Huh?
I think he is really taking orders from the Russians.
No, did you hear what he did? He what they're saying he did, now he's kind of admitting he did. It was fucked up. So
that thing about Biden?
Yeah, the shit about Biden, where Biden's son supposedly might be, like, there's a chance.
You know what?
I guess they disproved it already. Like, the people have already, like, it was,
shot that down.
Yeah, shot that down. But either way, that's his claim. He went on air on Sunday and basically said that. Like, yeah, we talked, and yeah, we talked about, like, why is no one investigating Biden? Why is this shit not happening?
You know what?
Which I don't mind, because he just, I think, knocked Biden out of the race.
I think it's a combination of Trump really starting to suffer from some dementia.
Yeah.
And the alt-right.
This shit was actually good.
Yeah, I got a good buzz. And the alt-right. That's the two things.
What about it?
It's Trump being... I think Trump is losing it.
Oh.
He's losing it.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
And that and the alt-right might be kind of controlling him a little bit. There's somebody else behind him.
No, I
don't think he's...
No one controls that guy. That guy's ego's too big.
That's the con.
His ego's too big.
Listen to me. That's the con.
You gotta stop covering your mouth, man.
No, that's the con, man. Believe me. What you see is not what's really happening. They set a story or a stage for you to get.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
That's what's happening.
That's like I got in an argument with Justin, baby mama, about the NFL. I was like, 10 years from now, The NFL's talent, the papers will read, the talent pool that the NFL is pulling from is the worst it's been in 10 years. It's been on a steady decline, and then within 20 years, there'll be no one that's worth a shit playing football. People will play, but there's also a lot of people that still play in fucking pee-wee leagues and all that, like, not pee-wee, but like amateur league.
Yeah, amateur, yeah.
You'll get amateur quality shit. It'll be the fucking CFL or the XFL. You know what I'm saying? He hate me type players. Guys that couldn't cut it in the first place.
I remember him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what'll be left. Because the true talented players that are big enough in size and have the talent to play other sports will play other sports. Period. And he's like, no, people play football all the time. I'm like, I get that. But I'm saying there's only a small percentage. If you think about it, it's 1%. Not even. It's less than
1%.
It's less than 1% of the population is able to play in the NBA, and less than 25% of that is elite.
It's only a handful of people every year that make into professional sports.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, football, for example, 1% of the population can play the NFL because there's a lot of players. There's 50 per team. So let's say 1% of, not even 1%.
That's not even 1%. That's nowhere near 1%.
Whatever, 0.5%, whatever it is.
A fraction.
A fraction of the percent can play it. A fraction of that percent of people is actually talented enough to compete.
To excel.
Mm-hmm. To be Randy Moss, to be Tom Brady, to be these super players that we have. If you give those super players if you tell them, oh, you're going to be brain dead, their mothers are not going to let them, like a lot of those.
That's already happening.
Yeah, are not going to be. Well, he says it's not happening enough, and I'm like,
well, it might not be happening enough yet, but it's happening.
Yeah,
it's growing every year.
And I'm saying eventually it's going to get to a point that no one's going to be playing football.
I've heard from several growers I know that got kids that they're not letting them play football, and some not even letting them play soccer.
Yep. Well, he's like, well, poor people always play. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the whole population. You get what I'm saying? Like, you only get a small percentage of those people from there that are elite. It still takes a percent. Like, I'm just saying you're going to cut the percentage of elite players in half. And the elite players are already a small percentage.
Small percentage.
It's already. We've been a Lions fan for fucking I don't assume your life, but I've been a Lions fan my whole life, and I've seen one elite player on the team. You know what I'm saying? And they wasted them.
In all the years,
well, two. I see Calvin.
3. Billy Sims.
I never saw Billy Sims play.
Oh, okay. Right.
I saw Barry Sanders.
And
Calvin Johnson.
Those are the big 3.
Yes. And that's most teams.
Yeah.
How many teams can say they even have anywhere close to a Barry Sanders? None of them.
No. Or maybe one or two. Maybe one or two.
Dallas, New York, maybe.
Yeah, that's about
Terrell Davis was close to him for a couple seasons. Not really close.
What's that guy they just got rid of?
Who?
Antonio Brown. He was the man there for a minute.
Oh, where? In Pittsburgh he was in.
And I think it was Pittsburgh, then he went to New England.
Well, he was only in New England for one day. One game, 11
days.
Yeah, and they cut him. I mean, the guy's already rich as fuck anyway, but it's back to the point of people get mad at players that make millions of dollars, but don't get mad at the owners who are making billions. Why don't you get mad at them too? They're the ones that are jacking up the prices, not the players.
You're absolutely right. And not only that, in most cities, the taxpayers pay for the stadium.
Yeah. Almost all city.
Mm-hmm.
And the owners get the profits off of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll throw a little bit back. They throw a little bit back to the community every now and then with different programs.
Yeah.
But nowhere near the money they're making.
No, and I don't know. That's my point. I think at some point the people are...
So nothing's changed.
Since you've been alive?
Since time immemorial. Nothing's changed. Since Jesus' day.
Hold on. There's been pockets on this planet where there's been... No, there's been pockets. We just don't know about them because the greed is one. You got to understand, like Sweden, for example. Think about Sweden. Sweden's not a utopia of any sort at all. It's a nice place to live. High taxes. It's also very bougie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not like me, I don't fit in Sweden.
How could you not fit in?
Because I fucking look like this. I wear clothes that are fucking normal clothes. I don't.
What the hell are they wearing?
They match. They're wearing real clothes. They go to fucking designers and they buy fucking clothes. Like every single person you see is a person that lives in fucking Birmingham Hills or not Birmingham Hills, but Birmingham. Grosse Pointe Woods. It's like being in Grosse Pointe Woods because everyone has money. No one's poor in Sweden. I didn't know that. Even the fucking poor people get checks. They get money just to go to school. Like kids get money to go to school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get money to do all kinds of shit. Why? Because they know that if you just starve people out, you can have problems both ways because they have issues. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, it's not a utopia.
Yeah, but you probably have a little happier population. Certain stresses on them.
You do, but they also still have the same thing we have going on here. They have a populous branch of people that are taking they've actually here it's different because we have just two sides. There they have like 20 different fucking parties.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And each one has a percentage of the country. Well, their populist party actually got up into the 20% part. You know what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous. It was at like 8.
It tastes good.
Yeah, so it's jumped. You know what I'm saying? So it's a worry there too. But not nearly on the same level we are. Because even the ones that are super right wing over there are more left here than anyone in the
really?
They're not. They just it's immigrants and you got some of the hateful stuff like this.
But that is a society is like built upon socialism. I use that word.
It's democratic socialism.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because they get to choose. They make the choices on who runs their government, and their government it's representative of them.
For real.
Yes, like it really represents them to the point where if you're part of the country and you're not getting they'll you know what I'm saying it'll because I don't know, they still have a king. You know what I'm saying? He's a figurehead.
That's Sweden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's different from Switzerland. That's another country. Are they close together?
No, Switzerland's in the middle of
oh, that's right.
Europe.
Yeah, you're right.
Sweden's at the north. It's next to Finland, and it's a Scandinavian country. All those Scandinavian countries are on the same kind of democratic socialism.
Would that be Denmark? Would Denmark be a part of that?
Yeah. But so yeah, it's not perfect. I don't even know if America can do certain things that they do because we're not the same.
And there's a lot less of them than there is of us.
Right. So some things might not work, but
well, that really isn't the issue. You're not going to work because people here have been brainwashed.
Oh, that was my point. So my point is you see in the future, are they going to talk about Sweden? Is Sweden going to be known as like you know what I'm saying? Will it be known at all? Like the democratic socialist part of that? Like even then, there's probably like Japan, for example. There's problems in Japan, but Japan's got a pretty good healthcare system. People live to old as fuck. There's parts of America that are wonderlands where people get along and everyone's happy. And
where's that at?
I don't know. I just assume there is.
There might be a little pocket here or there.
Yeah, there's pockets on the planet, but there's always pockets where there's war too.
But they're not controlling anything. They're just living that style. You understand what I'm saying? They're living that style, but they're not controlling anything.
Okay.
They figured out how to live like that in our society. Either that or they're rich people that have retired from real life.
It's probably rich people that retired from real life.
Yep. It's a lot of them.
Did you ever see that M. Night Shyamalan movie? The one where there was something in the woods, and it looked like it took place back in the 1900s or something like that.
I might have seen that.
And it was like a monster in the woods.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that.
And then you find out that it was just a bunch of rich people in the 70s that bought some land and decided to go back to the old days.
Yeah.
And left society and had a fucking wall put up and a no-fly zone so you couldn't fly planes over.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they had no-fly zone too. That's because you would think, a plane would go over it.
Right.
That, but they put it in an area where they knew there would be no planes, or they made it a no-fly zone.
So they had their own little utopia.
Yeah, it was like a park. It was basically like a national park he had set up somehow, and they even had people that were watching the outside to keep people from fucking with it.
Oh shit!
Because you were like say this was the table was the big area, so it was like woods to here.
Oh, okay.
And then fields where they lived. You know what I'm saying? Because they farmed and they lived like a little village.
Yeah.
Back in the 1800s. Yeah. So, and it was woods all the way around. And anytime any kid would get the idea, like get old enough and think about going into the woods, they would put on a costume that looked like a monster. The adults would, and they would hide out in the woods and
scare them back.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, to the point one kid I think died, but he didn't really die. I think he actually just left. Like he got the fuck. Like one kid got old enough and got the fuck out, and was like, "I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back." But it was a blind girl they let leave, and somehow she gets out, so she can't see anything. Finds a road, finds a guy, because she needs some medicine, and then brings the medicine back, and has no idea.
And she was blind.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that other movie he made with the cornfield. I think it was Aliens in the Cornfield.
Oh yeah, that was what the fuck was it?
I can't remember the name of
Signs.
it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because his wife was giving him signs all the time. Like it was signs. He was seeing signs because his wife died like a year before or something like that.
Yeah,
and
wasn't
she
a little
said some
kid?
shit.
Oh yeah.
And it was like swing away, and it
Right.
all led up to a point where the aliens came into the house.
And he had the baseball bat.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Tells
right.
him to swing the bat, and he fucking. And that's why his daughter was putting water all over the fucking place because aliens were allergic. They came to a fucking planet.
That's what 70-some% water.
Yeah, and they're allergic to water. What the fuck?
Big mistake. Well, maybe they didn't know until they got here.
No, if you can travel inner space, there's no fucking way you don't scout a planet before you land on it
This
to
planet's
take off.
awful blue too.
Exactly.
It's awfully blue.
You kind of like if you can travel from one interstellar place to another, you can look at a planet from 1 billion miles away and tell what exactly kind of water, temperature, and everything else that's on it.
That was
Nice Shyamalan.
Yeah. Well,
Like Signs.
he got a couple of details
All right.
fucked up there.
So the first movie that came out was that Bruce Willis one, Sixth Sense,
Mm-hmm.
and that took the world off, right? Took the world over the storm. Like it was huge. It was like a big phenomenon.
That was the one with the little boy.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't fuck up the secret. I have a best friend of mine. I'm gonna try to do do a show with him over Skype or something like that. He don't smoke, but he's just fun to talk to.
Yeah.
But he walks up to me and he goes, "I went and saw that movie." And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Yeah, it was good." He goes, "No, it's stupid." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "I looked over at George right after he gets shot. Within 5 minutes, he looked over at George, like he sees him. Goes to the next scene. He goes, 'He's dead.'" And he told me that. And I'm like, "Okay." Didn't think anything of it because I didn't have the money to go see no fucking movie.
You
at the
hadn't
time.
seen the movie yet.
And I knew I wouldn't see it till it came out on video.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw it on video, I was so confused. I was so like, I'm watching this movie and I'm like, he's right. This movie is fucking stupid. This movie makes no sense. It's so fucking dumb. It's obvious as fuck. I can figure it out. The people that are watching it with me were Ann and my buddy Mark. When it was all said and over, when that shit happened, where they were like, "He's dead,"
Yeah.
The bombshell, their mouths went, "What the fuck?" They were shocked as fuck. The whole time, I didn't ruin it because I didn't think it. I'm like, they gotta be figuring this out. Didn't ruin it.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. They thought he was alive the whole time. I'm like, holy shit, it actually worked. Because if I had, remember, he ruined it for me. So I don't know if I'd have figured it out right away.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He fucking in my head 6 months ago when it was
Said
in the theater.
that.
Yeah, like, and then ruined it for his boss at the theater.
What do they call that? That has the name now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I think I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that was my Sixth Sense. That's so I didn't like that movie. I did like his other movies. I thought they were good. They were interesting.
They're all weird. All
Yeah,
his movies
they
were
all
weird.
had their own like twist. Some of them, I mean, and they decent actors. The actors were all right in them. He always got big names. After that,
Actually, the movies are interesting. Just weird.
yeah.
He's just a weird guy.
Well,
But that's what we need. We need all kinds.
true that. True that. Well, that seems like a good episode. I'm pretty
I like
stoned.
this.
Go play with my cat. Try to teach my kitties to get up on the thing.
Where are the kitties?
They're in their room.
Oh, okay.
They hide, man. They're still scared.
Yeah, they're little babies. Let me get downstairs and get busy.